Here we go. The highly anticipated Mr. Beer ranking show, where I tried to rank all the beers I've had so far. I've made 14 kits. They've all come out without any kind of problems, there's been no infections, there's been no off flavors. Had a close call with the last one I did, Black Eye Bach. At the very end, I could see when I shined a light through the LBK, I could see a little bit of stuff just floating at the top. It didn't scare me enough to open up the top and look at it. I just bottled it. I'm glad I did that because it tastes great. So I don't think I had infection or anything. I think I just had some dead yeast, but we'll never know. There haven't been any problems. So anyways, I've done 14 kits. They've all come out the way they're supposed to. I've never brewed before. So this is easy. You can do this at home. And it tastes great. And so I'm ranking the top 14. The only caveat I want to give you is that when I do the rankings, the rating might differ a little bit than the one that I suggested might get while I'm doing the taste test, because this is after they've aged and I've been able to consider them. And some age better than others. And there's one instance that's going to come up, and we're going to talk about that. Okay, let's start at number 14. First of all, I enjoyed all these beers, but someone's got to be last place, and it's St. Patrick's Irish Stout. This is deluxe version. I count the deluxe and the standard as different beers. I'm going to try them both. I tried the deluxe because I don't usually like dark beers. I'm not a Guinness drinker, which I'm from the Boston area, so that's almost like a cardinal sin, but hey, it's the way it is. I'm just not big on it. It's not to say that someone doesn't hand me Guinness, I won't drink it. I will drink it, believe me. And I'll enjoy it, but it's not my go-to type thing. I usually like the lighter beers. So that's number 14, St. Patrick's Irish Stout. Number 13 is Pecan Porter. I like this one a little bit better. It had a little bit more mild flavor. You could just, the pecan taste was not strong. You could just taste it. A little bit stronger might have been nice, but it added a nice touch. It had kind of a smooth feel to it. I liked it, but not enough to get it past number 13. Number 12. Luckily I didn't write these in order. I just put the number next to them. So okay, Long Play IPA. This one fell way down. Now when I first tasted it, it tasted good. It had a nice flavor to it. I knew it wasn't going to be in the top 5 or anything, but Long Play IPA, I thought it was kind of like you took the Bewitched Amber Ale. I think that's what I mentioned in the video, and you just made it taste better. I thought I could have used a little more of an alcohol content to it, but over time, the flavors that were good kind of subsided. I think IPAs do, where Bewitched Amber Ale kind of got better. So this anyways fell, and as I started liking other ones or drinking other ones and reconsidering. So Long Play IPA, I'm sorry, but you're number 12. Number 11 is Sticky Wicket Oatmeal Stout. Now this certainly originally, and I had to guess, I would have said it would have been below Long Play IPA, but it really aged well. This is, if I'm going to drink a dark beer so far from the Mr.Beer catalog, this one is the one I'm going to drink. It has nice smoothness to it. It's not as bitter. I really don't like bitter beers, which is what has St. Patrick's Irish Stout down to 14. Just too much bitterness in that one. This one doesn't have that. It has a nice mild kind of flavor to it. Very full body and everything. It's a heavy beer, but it was good. I liked it. Number 11. Number 10. Now, number 10 is Bewitched Amber Ale. I like this one a lot. Not enough to move it up into the top beers, but it had a nice flavor. I would definitely brew it again. Probably brew all these again, especially if I had friends coming over. Like, I have a lot of Guinness friends. I would definitely brew that for them, and I think that they would enjoy that just as much, if not more, than the Guinness. And that's the thing with Mr. Beer, or Mr. Ale if you're drinking ale. But Mr. Beer is that it's better than the commercial beers. It has a fresher taste, and that's really the beauty of it. It's so simple, and it gives you such a great flavor. So Bewitched Amber Ale, I liked it. Had a good color to it, which I kind of like, even though it was really dark. Extract Room, it's always dark, but I thought that one was good. I liked it, but it's still not in this next grouping. I think we get to the next grouping. What's a 9? Oh, I'm sorry. No, 9 is Northwest Pale Ale. Maybe that's what I said. Long Play IPA tasted like a better version. I don't remember. That one reminded me of my youth back in the 90s when I was a high school kid. There was Pete's Wicked Ale, and there was all those microbrews, and there was grunge music, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, and those were the times. Drinking when probably wasn't supposed to. Maybe. I'm not saying that I was, but maybe some people were. I don't know. But that was out. and you just sit there listening to that music, and those were the days. I'm glad those days were over though, because actually it was kind of hellish for me, and I didn't do well as a teenager. So, however, that I remember that well, and it was great. Number 8. Okay, so now we get to there's a bunch here that I love them all. They're all very good beers. If this was all that Mr. Beer sold, I would just buy that one over and over again. And that can be said of number 8, American Ale, number 7, Classic American Light, number 6, Aztec Mexican Cerveza, and number 5, where are you? Number 5, American Lager. Very little separates them. I had to pick numbers. I love these beers. I would drink them over and over again. I will brew them, especially because some of them are really cheap. Like for Classic American Light, it's great. It's actually really light. You feel like you've just had a quick drink. You get a buzz off of it. Not a lot of calories. Fantastic. Doesn't taste watered down though. Very good. American Lager, very good. These are beers that I can sit out there on the deck in the sun and drink, whatever. I like them all. I could drink them infinitely. But Mr. Beer's come up with something even better so far. And that is number 4. When we get to number 4, we start getting into ones that I say are like, I'm saying they're all better than, say, like just your commercial beer. And I'm never going to say, I don't think, unless something really weird happens, that I've outbrewed like the local craft brewer down the street, because that person's been brewing for like 20 years and I just started. So it's kind of unrealistic to think that with simple equipment, I'm knocking him, or her, I'm defeating them. However, the beer is very good here. And now I feel like I don't have to go down the street. So I don't know what number. Number 4, Dad's favorite cream ale. Fantastic, smooth like I like, not too bitter, creamy, perfect. And to think that there's beers offered better than that from this is amazing. I love that beer. That's my beer. If I'm sitting on my deck, I'm still gonna drink. Just nothing but good things to say about that. Brew it now. Number 3 though, beat it. And number 3 is, you think I just have this memorized? Oh, Golden Ale. Golden Ale, this is what very Sam Adamsy to me in a way, which is my favorite beer when I used to buy beer. Golden Ale was excellent. A lot of people call it Mr. Beer's home run. I'm not going to argue with that. I think it was a home run. I think it was delicious, easy to drink. There's no fault. I can't find any faults with it. It actually came out pretty clear too. I don't cold crash. I know a lot of you do. Maybe I will at some point, just try it out. But I don't care if the beer's fuzzy or phasey or whatever. Doesn't matter to me. If it matters to you, go ahead and cold crash. And maybe I will when I start doing beers with hops. I don't know. But anyways, Golden Ale, home run. I agree. Mr. Beer knocks it out of the park. But they hit another one a little further out of the park. And that's Canadian Blonde. That was my number 1 for a long time, and I absolutely love that beer. I'm going to be brewing this one over and over again. Now, it's Canadian Blonde Standard, so I still have the Deluxe. Canadian Blonde, which was my favorite. Plus, I love hockey, and Canada's a great place to be if you've ever been to Canada. It's so clean. Anyways, did get knocked out by Black Eye Bock. I didn't know what to think. I knew it had the Canadian Blonde base. I was really excited when they sent it to me. And it was just, it's number 1 right now. It's just the only knock. Well, it's not a knock. It has a thicker body to it. It's a little bit heavier of a beer. So if I'm on the back deck in the sun and I'm grilling burgers, I'm probably going to switch to Canadian Blonde, or I'm going to have Dad's favorite cream ale. But any other time I'm drinking Black Eye Bock, it's a home run. It's perfect. And I really liked it. It was easy to brew, as they all are. And the taste has been phenomenal. And like I said, I had that little bit of a scare where I was like, something looks like it might be just like a few things here and there are floating. I think it was just dead yeast, I hope. I don't know. It hasn't affected the taste. It's been excellent. There's nothing floating in the bottles. So whatever. Now, so what I am saying is I do have Canadian Blonde up there on a shelf. I'm probably going to do that. I'm thinking, I was going to brew tomorrow. Maybe I'll just brew that one, just so I can have them kind of back to back. And then, they're probably going to be close. So I'll have to have another just to be sure. And, one of each. So at least 4 of them, if not 6 of them, just to be sure which ones should be number 1. I mean, 'cause this is the ranking show and we want to make sure it's right. So to recap, because I don't have any fancy thing to put up the stuff on the screen. St. Patrick's Irish Stout Deluxe 14. Number 13, I really should have wrote these in orders. Pecan Porter. Number 12, Long Play IPA. This is one that dropped because I didn't feel it aged quite as well, but right out of the bottle, right after the 2-week period, it was very good. I did enjoy it. Number 11 was Sticky Wicket Oatmeal Stout. Number 10, Bewitched Amber Ale. Number 9, Northwest Pale Ale. Number 8, American Ale. Number 7, American or Classic American Light. Number 6, Aztec Mexican Cerveza. Number 5, American Lager. I want to stress again that 8 and 5, there's really no difference. There's taste difference. They taste a little different because they're different beers, but I would take any of them and you can switch them in any order. It doesn't matter. They're all fantastic. And if Mr. Beer only sold one of them, I would just brew that one over and over again and be happy. I would never complain. And I would never know that number 4, Dad's favorite cream ale, existed, which was amazing. So the top 4, it's kind of like college football where there's like all these other beers, and then there's a top 4, and they get to go to like some sort of super playoff. You got Dad's favorite cream ale, fantastic. At number 3, you've got Golden Ale, which is a lot of people, like I said, call home run. It is a home run. Drink it. Number 2, you've got Canadian Blonde, eh? And at number 1, for now, anyways, we got Black Eye Bach. And I guess I'll see you in another. Well, it should be 10 beers, but it's going to be 6 at number 20. Cheers.